Ben and Jerry's.
Oh.
They make ice cream, right? They got in trouble one day because someone found trace amounts of glyphosate in their ice cream.
Considering it's got the word imitation in it, you really shouldn't be too shocked to find that imitation crab is far from the real thing.
Even if you're the kind of person who checks every label before eating anything, thinking your food is 100% safe, well, that might not be the case, because these multi-billion-dollar companies don't always show how they actually make their products or what goes into them. And after watching this video, you will thought twice before even touching these 10 foods. Starting with some of your favorite hot dogs. Hot dogs are a popular food, especially at barbecues and sports events. But the way they are made might make you think twice. The process starts with leftover meat trimmings from pork, beef, or poultry. These trimmings often include parts like snouts, feet, and connective tissues that most people wouldn't choose to eat on their own. These scraps are ground into a fine paste, which is then mixed with water, salt, and preservatives to make it last longer. After that, flavoring agents are added to give hot dogs their signature taste. The meat paste is then pureed until it becomes a smooth, thick slurry. This mixture is pumped into casings, which are often made of collagen or plastic. The hot dogs are then cooked, smoked, and packaged for sale. Some cheaper brands use artificial casings, while higher-end versions may use natural ones. One shocking fact is that hot dogs are extremely processed, with many containing over 500 milligrams of sodium in just one serving. They are also loaded with nitrates, which are preservatives linked to health risks when consumed in large amounts. While hot dogs might taste good, knowing how they are made could change how you feel about them forever. 2. Pringles. Pringles are not your typical potato chips. In fact, they are not really potato chips at all. These famous snacks are made from a mixture of dehydrated potato flakes, corn flour, and rice flour. This blend is turned into a dough, which is then rolled out and pressed into the shape of those familiar curved chips. After the dough is shaped, it is fried until crispy. Once they come out of the fryer, the chips are dusted with artificial flavors like sour cream and onion or barbecue. Surprisingly, only about 40% of Pringles are made from real potatoes. The rest is a mix of processed starches and artificial ingredients. One reason people find this shocking is because Pringles are advertised as a snack made from potatoes, but they are classified as potato crisps because they do not meet the legal definition of a potato chip. This level of processing, combined with high amounts of salt and artificial additives, makes Pringles more of a science experiment than a simple snack. 3. Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are a fast food favorite loved by kids and adults alike, but their production process is far from appetizing. Most nuggets are made from mechanically separated chicken. This means leftover chicken parts, including bones, are pressed through a sieve to extract the tiny bits of meat still clinging to them. The result is a pink paste that looks more like a thick slime than anything you'd call chicken. This paste is then mixed with fillers like cornstarch and binders to hold it together. Flavoring and preservatives are added to improve taste and extend shelf life. Once this mixture is prepared, it is shaped into nugget-sized portions, coated in batter, and fried until golden brown. What shocks many people is how little actual chicken is in some nuggets. Studies have found that some brands contain as little as 50% chicken, with the rest being fillers, fat, and additives. 4. Parmesan cheese, pre-grated. Pre-grated Parmesan cheese may seem like a convenient addition to your meals, but its production process can be surprising. Many brands of pre-grated Parmesan include cellulose, which is a type of powdered wood pulp. This ingredient is added to prevent the cheese from clumping together. While cellulose is technically safe to eat, as 100% Parmesan actually contain very little real Parmesan cheese. Investigations have found that some products include less than 90% cheese, with the rest being fillers like cellulose or other cheap substitutes. The reason manufacturers do this is to cut costs and extend the product's shelf life. Real Parmesan cheese is expensive to produce and has a shorter shelf life, so adding fillers makes it cheaper and more durable. But this also means you're not getting the authentic taste and quality you expect. 5. Vanilla ice cream, artificial vanilla flavor. Vanilla ice cream is a classic treat, but some versions of it come with a shocking secret. Many artificial vanilla flavorings are made using castoreum, a substance produced by the anal glands of beavers. Castoreum is used as a natural flavor enhancer and has a scent similar to vanilla. This ingredient is most commonly found in cheaper brands of vanilla ice cream and other artificially flavored desserts. The process of collecting castoreum involves extracting the gland secretions from beavers, which are then processed to make them safe for human consumption. While this practice is rare today due to the availability of synthetic alternatives, it is still legal and occasionally used in food production. 6. Jell-O. Jell-O is a fun, jiggly dessert loved by people of all ages, but what it's made of might make you pause before your next spoonful. The main ingredient in Jell-O is gelatin, which is not a plant-based product as some might think. Gelatin is made by boiling the skin, bones, and connective tissues of cows and pigs. These parts, often considered waste, are cooked down in water to extract collagen. This collagen is then dried, processed, and turned into the powder we recognize as gelatin. The idea of animal parts in your dessert can be surprising, especially if you are vegetarian or just unaware of its origins. Most Jell-O products also include artificial colors and flavors to give them their bright look and fruity taste. While gelatin is technically safe and full of protein, its source makes me uncomfortable. 7. Red velvet cake. Red velvet cake looks beautiful, with its deep red color and soft texture. But the secret behind its color is not as appealing. The bright red in many cakes comes from carmine, a natural dye made by crushing cochineal insects. These tiny bugs are harvested and dried before being ground into a fine powder. This powder is then used to create the vivid red color in food products, including cakes, candies, and drinks. Carmine has been used for centuries because it is a natural and long-lasting dye, but its origin can surprise people. A single pound of carmine dye requires thousands of insects to produce. While carmine is considered safe to eat, the idea of eating a dessert colored with insect-derived dye might not sit well with you. 8. Slim Jims. Slim Jims are a popular snack for their smoky, savory flavor, but their ingredients are far from simple. These meat sticks are made from a mix of beef, pork, and chicken byproducts. The byproducts include parts like tendons, ligaments, and other scraps that are not usually used for traditional cuts of meat. These scraps are ground into a paste, fresh for long periods. Preservatives like sodium nitrate are added. Sodium nitrate helps maintain the color and prevents bacteria from growing, but it is also linked to health risks if consumed in large amounts. Surimi, imitation crab meat. Surimi is often used as a cheap alternative to real crab meat, but the way it is made might make you think twice. Surimi is made from white fish, usually pollock, which is ground into a paste. The fish paste is then mixed with starch, sugar, and preservatives to create a firm texture. Once the mixture is ready, it is shaped into pieces that look like crab legs. To make it look like real crab, the pieces are dyed orange on the outside and left white on the inside. The flavor of surimi comes from artificial crab flavoring, not from actual seafood. While surimi is safe to eat and affordable, it is far removed from the natural flavor and texture of real crab meat. Surimi contains very little fish compared to the amount of starch and artificial additives used in its production. It is also high in sodium and low in nutritional value compared to fresh seafood. If you love crab but are looking for the real thing, it's better to check the label carefully and choose fresh or canned crab instead of imitation products. Fast food milkshake. Fast food milkshakes might taste creamy and delicious, but they are not as simple as they seem. Many milkshakes contain a long list of artificial ingredients to achieve their texture and flavor. One common additive is propylene glycol, a chemical also used in antifreeze. This ingredient helps keep the milkshake smooth and prevents ice crystals from forming. While it is considered safe in small amounts, its use in food can still be surprising. Milkshakes often contain high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and thickeners like carrageenan. These ingredients replace natural milk and cream, which are more expensive to use. A typical fast food milkshake can have over 500 calories and a large amount of sugar, making it less of a treat and more of a calorie bomb. So that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell while you're down there.